Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Wait, it's not morning anymore. It's 2:23 Eastern Standard Time. So, how is everyone doing? I'm gonna say this afternoon. I didn't know time had flew by like that. Hold on. Here, I was getting my baby some chips. I should have known it one morning. Because we weren't gonna be eating no chips in no morning. But how are you guys doing this afternoon? How are you guys doing? I appreciate each and every one of you for being here this afternoon. I'm actually just getting over a cold, still trying to fight it. So I don't feel my best. And of course, I was not gonna get on live, but I just had to. Had to. I was following the news, and I'm like a news fanatic. Like, I love the news. I like to be in tune with what's going on in the world and around me and all that good stuff. So I've been watching the news, and I've had a heavy heart with what has been going on lately in the news. So I just wanted to jump on real quick and talk about it a little bit. Not sure if you guys have been following the news or not, but recently it was an incident that occurred in Mississippi. And you know it's October, so if you have like kids in high school, typically around this time it's homecoming, or even if you remember like when you were in school, it's homecoming season, and it's a lot of like homecoming games, it's a lot of homecoming dances that's taking place, and those are like big deals. You know, those are kind of like big deals for the kids and for parents too, that are having their kids, step out, maybe, get out their comfort zone, get out a little bit, dress them up, and all that good stuff. But recently in Mississippi, there was an incident that occurred at the game, apparently. And normally, it's the game first, and then that Saturday follows the dance. So to me, I'm like, my son get ready to go to homecoming next weekend. And we already bought a ticket. We already start buying, his little fit, getting things tailored and just getting prepared. And next week is all these homecoming festivities. Every day it's a different theme. And these are things that you look forward to. But then as a parent, it's like, Lord, protect my child. Protect my child. Protect all of the children. Because I just be praying for everybody, to be honest. No, you don't know you around. Hey, I pray for the world. And I feel like homecoming is a time for kids to like just enjoy one another, have memories, and be a kid. Be a kid. But apparently at this game, it turned into gunfire. Panic and death, of course, right? Because of course you hear somebody powing, you're gonna panic, and we're gonna hope no one gets injured, but that's not always the case. So some people were left unalived, right? And last I read, it was 6 people that passed away. It was 4 that was gone on site, and it was 2, I think, they went to the hospital. I don't know of any others. I'm still like following the story. But I do know behind all of that, we got hurt families, broken families now, people that's traumatized, whether it be other students, kids, staffs, parents, grandparents, all of that. I know a lot of people are traumatized right now. And for what? We don't even know why. For what? We don't know what caused this. What led up to this? Was it words, a bump, a look? What was it? And it's crazy because I'm always telling my kids, in today's world, you can't even look at nobody the wrong way. Like when we driving in the car, I'm like, don't look out the window at the car next door next to us, because you don't know how that person day going. You don't know the mental state of that person. Some people don't like to be looked at, okay? You pretty much got to walk with your head down. And it's sad, but that's the world that we live in. Even at school. Hey, watch how you talk to people, because you just don't know who's going to take it the wrong way. Like, it's been a load of things that's been happening. This just one of the stories, one of the many stories that I've been reading on this weekend, but most of them have all pertained to teenagers or young adults. One girl, 22, killed somebody. Wait, don't quote me on that. I believe the person died, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the person did die because the person did not say thank you. I think it was a coworker or it was a customer. It was one of the two. And then another incident occurred in Florida where the young man decided, they agreed, basically one of the students got mad because the other child bumped into him and didn't say sorry. They agreed to fight. They fought after school, I guess, on the basketball court. And then one of the kids decided to pull out a gun and just, bam, unalive him. After that, he just put the gun back in his book bag and going to the school like everything cool. Do you not realize what you just did? So, as a mom, I'm hurting on both sides, because you got parents that lost a child. I can't imagine my life being there. And then you got parents whose child has taken someone else's life, and in my mind, I could be wrong, this child has to be hurting. So I'm hurting for him too, because I am the parent that questioned my kids. I am the parent that asked them, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Or observing my child. Observing my children to see what's changing within them. What behaviors are different. Because as a parent, these are things that you have to look at. You have to look at it. Because that's the only way that you know how to communicate, or how to get them the help that they need. Because what's the old saying? It takes a village to raise a child, and it does. It does. We cannot do it by ourselves. Whether you are a single family household, maybe you're a single parent or mom, or a single dad, or if you're a two-parent household, you can't do it by yourself. We need a village. We need people. We need a support system. Because imagine a parent doing it all by themselves. It becomes overwhelming when you don't know. Like, sometimes the parents don't know where to turn to. So then they need resource finders, right? Excuse me. They need people that can help them help their child in sometimes help them too. Because imagine if you're a parent that's not in a good place or a good space, then guess what? Your child is feeding off of that. Your child is hurting because of that as well. I'm just sitting here and I'm just wondering what's really going on with our youth. What is going on? Let me get some water real quick. And thank you all for joining again. If I missed you, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But I want to know, like, what's going on with our youth? What can we do as parents, as teachers, as pastors, mentors, counselors, aunts, uncles, as a community to help our children around the world? What can we do? Close that freezer. Sorry, I had to get some water. But I don't know. It's like we are losing each generation more and more. So when I was growing up, things weren't how it is now. So imagine when my little one gets older, how things are going to be. It's definitely not getting better. When you look at it, it's not getting better at all. It's getting worse. You waking up daily to things that's happening. Things are happening back to back in the same areas sometimes. And it's not just happening in one state. It's not happening in one state. No. It's happening everywhere. Everywhere. I keep seeing this over and over. Day to day. You lucky if you get one day and you don't see nothing. You lucky. And it's always a young life gets taken. And the first thing we as people like to say is it's crazy out here. Crazy? Crazy can't define what it is no more. This ain't crazy. Crazy would be an understatement, to be honest. This is lost. Like, this is, I don't know, unexplainable. It's clear that we have a lot of youth. A lot of our babies are out here. They are angry. They're hurting. They're growing up in a world where nobody's teaching them how to handle their emotions. Nobody. Only thing they're being taught is how to get even. How to get even. Not how to handle their emotions. Not how to talk it out. Not how to take it behind the scenes. It's always got to be public. It always got to be recorded. Phones was the worst thing that could happen to these new generations. I'm telling you. When we were growing up, we didn't have no phones. We darn sure ain't had no phone that was that was compatible enough to record anything. Baby, because if you know, you know. If you had a phone, you was one of the few. And we had flip phones, because that's what was out. That was what was trending. We had trending flip phones, if we had that. Because the top tier phone was the Nokia. And baby, that didn't flip. It was the Nokia, it was the BlackBerry, and then it was the flip. The flip was the big deal. But the cameras was nowhere like our cameras are now. Baby, I don't even think we ever recorded anything on them phones. Let truth be told. But we weren't recording stuff. We weren't arguing on the phones. We weren't pulling out weapons. If you fought, you fought. You argued, tongue wrestled a little bit, you did that. Other than that, you ain't do the most. Now, man, please. They recording everything. They posting everything. They got to make it known that they beefing with somebody. And we can't even blame it all on the kids. All on the hurting individual that's creating these acts. We can't blame it all on them. Some of these parents have checked out too. They're letting social media raise their kids, or broken systems raise their children. Some of the parents so busy trying to survive, they don't even have time to guide the children. They don't have time. If you a single parent, shit, excuse me, y'all, sometimes it could be a 2-parent household. And if y'all busy working, trying to provide a nice living, a roof over the kids' head and food and stuff, you got some kids that come home and have to take care of themselves. They got to come home after school, figure it out, house door open to whoever they bring in and out of the house. Parents don't know what's going on. So that's a problem. On top of problems that's already going on that parents might not know nothing about, something's definitely got to change. And change need to come sooner than later, because we are losing generation after generation after generation to pride. That's what it is. Pride and pain. These kids got too much pride to talk it out, work it out, forgive, or they hurting. And hurt people hurt people. They don't know how to express how they feel. Or they have so much built up that this one incident results to the edge. You got to think. Parents get overwhelmed. I believe children get overwhelmed. You got to check in on them. Sometimes as parents, we have high demands for these children. Do this, do that. Like, we got to sit back and we got to give them a break sometime. Not too big, but we got to give them a break too. Cut them some slack. But you got to know where you cutting the slack at. Like, some stuff, ain't no slack cutting. Because you don't want to, lose them or make them feel like maybe something that they're doing is cool. But you got to know what to do and what not to do. You got to know. And what may work for one parent may not work for another parent. So you got to know how to handle it. But you do have to reach out for help when you don't know what to do. You definitely have to reach out for help. I'm so tired of seeing rest in peace shirts and balloons being released. It don't make no sense. I get tired of looking at the news. That don't mean I'm going to stop. I get tired of looking at the news, seeing young lives lost. I'm a mom. I don't ever want to have to bury one of my kids because of such. I wouldn't want to bury him for no reason, but definitely not due to no hate crime or due to some argument that could have been talked about. Like, I tell my kids all the time, watch your surroundings, watch your friends. When they go out the door, have a good day. I love you. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be mindful of yourself and your surroundings. Because, baby, you just don't never know who's around you. Somebody you think your homeboy, y'all might do everything together, and that one day your homeboy decide he ain't never like you anyways. And something go left. I tell my kids that all the time. Be mindful of yourself and your surroundings. Be on lookout. Because you don't know people. Be mindful of people. When you got them friends that say little slick stuff, them people you think your friends, because we used to be in our kids' shoes, and our parents used to say the same things to us, and we used to not believe them or didn't want to hear what they said because we knew it all. Oh, that's my friend. That's my friend. Meanwhile, your parent can see through your friend. And now, just like our parents used to tell us, and when they used to tell us, it ain't made no sense. Now that we older, we ain't old, we older. We got our own kids. All of that stuff makes sense. It didn't make sense then, but now it makes sense. Right? And the same thing with our kids. It don't make sense when we talking, but one day it's gonna make sense. Especially if they make it through the tough times, like the times they're in now. I bet these people didn't go to the homecoming game thinking anything would happen. They were happy. The other incident I told you about, I bet that boy didn't think he would go to school and fight this boy and lose his life. Had no clue. Because if we get warning, baby, I'm sure we would stay home to dodge some of the things that's going to happen. I just can't wait for the world to change, whether it be, politicians or even schools, to fix the things that's going on. I can't wait. But it starts in our homes, y'all, our neighborhoods, within our conversations. It all starts there. We gotta be the change. We can't just wait for the change to happen. We gotta put forth effort too. We gotta help that friend that we see struggling with their kids and don't know what to do. Help them find somebody. If it's you, if it's somebody you know, whoever, be a help to somebody else. Now, Mississippi, where this originally happened with the homecoming, they made the news. But the truth is, this could have been anywhere. Anywhere. Texas, Chicago, New York, Virginia, Philadelphia. It could have been anywhere. And it is everywhere. Everything don't hit the news. Everything don't hit the news. But it was multiple incidents that surrounded minors or young adults that took place this weekend alone. Or within the last week. Sorry, y'all, I had to get some more water. But it was multiple incidents that occurred. All I'm saying is y'all got to keep y'all eyes open. We as parents got to keep our eyes open. We have to know what our kids are getting into. We got to know who they hanging around. We got to know what they have access to. Me, I have to know everything, okay? You gonna tell me and I'm gonna get it, or I'm gonna just get it. It don't matter. I'm checking bags. I'm checking what come in and out my house. I'm checking phones. These kids don't erase conversations. I'm checking phones. If you got social media, I'm checking that too. Because guess what? I'm going to trick you into signing in on my phone. Now I got access to it too. And first time I see something wrong, I'm on it. I don't see how half of these kids get the weapons that they have. And these parents don't know nothing about it. What hurt me to my heart the most, because all of this is hurting, it was the young man who killed the student at the school on the basketball court. When he went to court, news outlet said he was smiling as his family called his name. Smiling. Why are you smiling? Smiling while the judge is speaking. You just took somebody else's life. Yes, that child may go to jail, but his parents can still come see him in jail, depending on what the outcome is. But you also got parents that have lost a child that will never be able to say good morning, good night, I love you to their child again. That's not right. That's not cool. No one deserves that. Y'all, we got to do better, man. We have to do better. We got to learn how to work together. We got to learn how to use our resources. We got to learn how to reach out to people. We got to get our children the help they need when we sense that something is wrong, something is off. We have to observe. We got to open our eyes. A lot of these things are happening due to lack of support, due to lack of parenting, due to lack of attention to your own. It's so easy to reach out to the school and find a counselor to speak with and let them know, hey, this is going on. I'm noticing this, this, and this, and I don't know what to do. It's okay to say you don't know what to do. That doesn't make you a bad individual. That doesn't make you a bad parent. The fact that you're accepting you don't know what to do and you're going to someone for help and you're asking for the help to help your child is a start. If we don't get our children help when it's needed, then guess what? We raise young adults that become adults who still has that same problem that was never approached. It was never worked through. That then becomes a problem that turns into another problem because their children could have that same problem. And then your child, that is now an adult, doesn't know how to approach their own child's problem. And then here we have history repeating itself over and over and over again. We are not breaking any cycles. We are not making any changes. We are not putting forth any effort to get help that is needed. And it's becoming very, very frustrating, like, to see children being buried and taken from their parents, whether it's to the system, whether it's, you know, to them losing their lives, or even social media. Like you gotta tell your kids, look, we finna put the phones down. Last night we was out all day, from my baby's game to my 13-year-old's game, all day. We came home a break in between, probably like 2 or 3 hours, was able to eat, lay down for a little bit, and it was time to go back out. When they got home, they showered and everything, and I was like, hey, let's watch a movie. Put the phones down. You got to still take that time to enjoy one another. Like, bring back the old days. Like, we didn't eat at the table with a phone. We didn't go out to eat and have a phone. Hell, we didn't have phones. Okay? Now, I had a phone. If you had a phone, it was a big deal, right? But we definitely wasn't on that phone during the hours, I'm going to say from 8 in the morning to 9 at night, or 7 at night if you was lucky, because we didn't have unlimited plans. The phone was free after 7 if your parents decided to pay a little extra money. But if not, you weren't talking on the phone till after 9. And after 9, you'll be good to get 30 minutes in, because by 10, you weren't on no phone. You was in bed during the week. It was time for bed. And if you did talk on the phone and you didn't have a cell phone, they was calling your house phone. And baby, you weren't talking on the house phone too long, because if your mama or daddy people called, oh, you better hang up that line and get that phone to your parents, or it's going to be a problem. And not only that, baby mama used to pick up the phone and be on the line. So the first time you say something wrong, she going to chime in. Now, our kids get their phones, they go in the room, you don't even know they in the house. Or they get on a video game, you don't even know they in the house. You ain't checking for them. You don't care, because you feel like, oh, it's quiet. You ain't got to yell at nobody. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do that. Let me tell you something. I'd rather be yelling at my kids than to not know what's really going on, because we don't know what they looking at on the phone in that moment. And if you're a parent that don't check, then you just don't know. You just don't know. Oh, I ain't paying no attention. He was a good kid. All he would do is go to school and come home and, do his work, and he'll just be on the phone with his friends. But the friend you saying he was on the phone with is the same friend he just unalived, or the same friend that just unalived him or her. So really, you don't know. So we got to wake up. We got to have limits set. We got to still incorporate family time, family outings, still allow them to be a kid. If you like me and you don't like your kids hanging out at other people's house, plan little things at the house where their friends can come hang out with them. But you also have to pay attention to who your kids are hanging with. I'm the first to tell my kids if somebody seem a little off or seem like they ain't on the right track, or I done heard too much that's not good, or seen it, or they ain't your friend, they can come back to my house. Oh, let me find out y'all got a class together, and now you showing out. Oh, can you remove him? I need his class changed, because I've noticed changes when he hangs around this person, and now that they have classes together, I'm noticing even more changes. I'm not blaming it on the other child, but I'm removing my child out of that environment while addressing my child at the same time, because I know your behaviors aren't the act of you, but the influence of someone you call your friend. So since you are turning into a different person, me as a parent have the ability to make changes for you, not the other person. Then if you continue to act in a way that's not of you, then I have a problem. But then if I see that you are now back to yourself and you're behaving accordingly to the way that you normally do, then I did what was right. So we definitely got to be more alert. We got to be in tune. We got to be alert. And we got to be on top of stuff. We really do. And we got to listen to our kids when they come to us. Sometimes these stories they be telling us don't always pertain to that third party they trying to put in there. It could be them telling you a story that's really pertaining to them, but because they don't know how you're going to respond, they change it around. So we have to think when they give these stories to us, and we have to analyze it a little bit more than just for what it is. But y'all know I really ain't get online and on live to talk too long. I really didn't prepare for this. I just had to get it off my little heart. I'm still shy when it comes to lives. So I haven't been on, but I plan on starting to come back soon. Don't know when, but soon. Of course, with everything that's going on in the world, I know none of us have any answers. We don't know. We don't have all the answers. I mean, only thing we really can do is work with one another, help one another, give each other advice if we can. But don't just watch things go bad. Don't just watch it. I do know that it just seems like if we don't start reaching these kids with love, somebody else gonna reach it. Somebody else gonna reach them with hate. And the hate is evolving. It's evolving by the day. Like, it's getting bigger and bigger. I'm definitely praying for all the families that were impacted. I'm praying for families that wasn't even impacted, because if you watch the news, you hurting. You hurting right now. Because trust me, I'm hurting. I got boys. I got kids. Because if it was girls, I feel the same. And I don't want to have to bury one of my kids. I always pray, Lord, give my kids long life. Long life. I don't want to have to bury them. I don't want to have to say goodbye. So when I see other parents having to say goodbye to their kids, any type of way, definitely tragedy. It hurt. It hurt. So I'm definitely praying for the families in Mississippi. Parents who will never be able to tell their kids good night again. Who will never be able to say good morning. Who prepared for homecoming and could not send them off to homecoming. For families that might still be fighting. They might still be fighting for their life in the hospital. I don't know I can't remember if it was any other individuals in the hospital. I'm praying for every parent who has a young child. Anybody who may hear my live, I'm praying for all of us, man. We don't have to prove our points and prove that we the big dog with violence, man. Sometimes we got to learn how to walk away. We gotta take it back to when we were younger. We weren't fighting like this. Nah, I ain't gonna say. I ain't even gonna say that, cause I know we definitely be those parents. Oh, if somebody hit you, you better hit their ass back. That don't mean go get no weapon. That's not what we're saying. You want to speak up for yourself. You want to be your biggest advocate. You want to be able to advocate for yourself. And when our children don't know how, haven't mastered that skill of advocating for themselves, we have to do it. In any area, as they are a minor. In any area. Conflict, education, resources, what's available to them. We have to be their biggest advocate. But we also have to teach them how to advocate for themselves when it comes to certain situations. Talk to your kids. Don't just cook dinner ready. Oh, y'all took a bath, oh, practice. And then y'all never had that one-on-one time or family time with one another. Find out what's going on. Talk about it. I don't know, y'all. This really just got me a little bit on edge, no lie. A little bit on edge. Like, and it's just everything combined. But my son got homecoming this week, I told y'all. So this really got me in a frenzy. Like, man, what's next? What's next? We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better than this. I don't want to have my channel going live, for tragedies all the time. But if it's affecting me, or if it's hurting, or I'm a parent and I feel the need to talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it. But we also don't be want to watch the news with just tragedy all the time. We just gotta pray for our world. Just pray. We definitely have to get things back to the way it used to be when we were growing up, back to when our parents were growing up, with having God as the center of everything. A lot of these things that's happening are learned behaviors. Some of these children are seeing their parents respond like this, and they think it's okay for them to respond like this. And it's not. It's not cool. But I'm going to go ahead and end this live, y'all. Because y'all know me. I'm a little lost for words right now, and I think I'm just thinking a little hard. But I hope you guys enjoyed my live. If you haven't yet, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video out. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm wishing you all a safe and wonderful Sunday. I love you guys. Bye.